Some of you may remember last week I went bait fishing for Murray cod and crayfishing at the same time. I lost one fish on bait and I caught, I think, 4 really nice crayfish in the cray nets. Well, today I've returned to the same spot, but I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently. Hey, you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right, now as you can see behind me, I'm at the same spot. Everything's the same. The only thing I'm doing different, I'm only running 2 nets this time, and I'm going to run them both here. Last week I had one down there and one up around the corner, and I spent all afternoon driving around in circles. Today I'm going to put my rods in here. I'm just going to run the 2 cray nets so that I can focus on leaving my fishing rods in all afternoon. Worth noting is how much the river's gone down. When I was here last week, I put this stick in right on the water at the water level, and now it's down there. Vertically, it looks like it's gone down about 25 to 30 centimetres. Anyway, let's get the nets in and then the lines in. Right, that's got chicken drumsticks in it, that one. So I've got venison in that net, chicken drumsticks in this net. Current time is 5 to 2. It's actually really good to have a beautiful sunny day with no clouds in the sky. Haven't had a lot of rain, but we've had a lot of grey days. Anyway, rod number 1, paternoster rig, 2 Jan Juck worms. When I was here last week, I put 2 Jan Juck worms on when I first got here and took the same 2 worms off when I left. I never had a touch on worms. Rod number 2, much the same, paternoster rig, the bigger hook, a couple of little cubes of tasty cheese. That's the cod rod. That's where I had that bite the other day, just out there. It was a nice bite, and I'm disappointed that I missed it. Hopefully whatever it was is still hungry and comes back tonight for another go. Let me cheese rod bouncing around here. I can't help but think that there's a crayfish eating my cheese. Certainly not a cod bite. Whatever it is that's coming up, I've got a crayfish on my cheese here. Please don't get off. Look at the white claws. I can see him, I can see him, I can see him. I can see him. Don't get off. No! Look at the size of him. Did you see the big cray? I caught a big crayfish, almost caught a big crayfish on my cheese. I was so hoping that I'd catch that then, just for a bit of fun. I better put some fresh cheese on. Not exactly what I was after, but it's a good sign that I might be able to do some good in the nets at some stage this afternoon. That's got to be a crayfish on me cheese there now. Again. Look at it. It's just gone. There it goes. Now there's a cray on there, I reckon. He's coming up. Come on, let me land this one. He's coming up. He's coming up. I don't think he's as big as the last one. Look at crayfish. They don't swim. Oh, he's moving around a bit now. Look, he's trying to swim. I can see his claws. I can see he's got it in his claw, so he's going to let go. Look, 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 look. Come on, come on, come on, bit further, 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 bit further. Shit. I fell in the mud, but look, I caught a crayfish on my fishing rod. I reckon it's undersized, but I've just caught a crayfish on cheese. Oh, let go of all the string, all the weeds, mate. Ow, there's the lively. Having a few technical difficulties here. Alright, let's get a measurement quickly. Right, look. There's the minimum, and he's under. He's about 95. He's about 95 millimetres when he's got to be 100. Look at that, how cool is that? A crayfish on cheese. There's me cheese out there. See you later, mate. I put him there so that we can watch him swim off. There he goes. I never, ever, ever tire of that. I can still see him. I'm on the board. I did have an impatient check of the nets and there was nothing in them. At the moment, fishing rods are outperforming cray nets with regards to crayfishing. I'm about to lose my glorious sunshine. The shadows are creeping over. Anyway, let's check these netosauruses. If I can do it without falling in. This one's in a bit of a precarious sort of a spot. How does it feel? Doesn't feel heavy at all, actually. That's why there ain't nothing in it. Might leave it out while I check the other net. I'll leave it out, throw them back in at the same time. How does this feel? Possibly a small one, but I don't think so. Yes, there is. You'll be okay. It's not even a small one, it's quite a big one. No eggs either. Look at that. I reckon that's a legal cray. Possibly a small one, I said, and then pull out this big ginormous thing. That is, it's under 12. Oh yeah, about 10 and a half. 10 and a half, perfectly legal crayfish. Why do you bastards have to come over every time I'm trying to talk to the camera? Anyway, beautiful, beautiful clean tail, look at that. Beautiful clean crayfish. Beautiful clean crayfish number 2. See you later, alligator. In a while, crayodile. There it goes. Right, the nets are starting to deliver. And so far, the chicken drumsticks are outperforming the venison offcuts. In the words of Dr. Seuss, 1 crayfish, 2 crayfish, red crayfish, blue crayfish. I don't folks, so far I've caught 2 crayfish and no finned fish. But that's okay. I just want to take the time to say an enormous thank you to everybody that watches my videos. You guys are awesome. I thank you all for the wonderful comments and the great feedback that you give. I've had a lot of really positive feedback on my crayfishing videos. They are very, very well received by you guys, and for that I am forever thankful. As a YouTuber or content creator or whatever, opinion leader or whatever title they give us this week, I often worry that it's going to get repetitive because everything's seasonal. It's so easy just to have heaps of crayfishing videos and nothing else this time of year, and heaps of cod in December and nothing else. And I worry that it gets a bit repetitive, but the fantastic feedback that I'm getting from you guys saying that you enjoy my crayfishing videos just inspires me to keep coming out and making them. So thank you all very, very much for the wonderful feedback, for the fantastic interaction that you give. You guys are the fuel for my engine, and without you I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So I just wanted to say a huge big thank you. I'm giving you all a big fat double thumbs up. Right, I suppose I'd better check these nets. To be honest, I can't remember what time I put them in. I reckon it's been about 45 minutes or so. Alright, what's the call? What's the call? Something in here this time. Yep, there's got one this time. It feels heavy. Look at that. I picked it. I picked it. I got one that looked just like this the other day, and I wonder if that's the same. It is, because he's got his broken claw. I noticed the other day I caught one. I'm pretty sure it had a broken claw like that. I reckon that's another legal cray. Geez, I picked that, didn't I? It's not so much the weight of the crayfish. Well, it is. They're quite heavy, but it also creates like drag on the. It just creates a bit of drag as you pull the net in. Right, I'll leave this net out. I'm going to leave this cray on the bank for a minute. Hopefully he doesn't walk in before I check this other net. Stay. Right, what's the call? What's the call? What's the call? No, I don't know about this one. Yeah, I reckon there's one in here too. No. I'll get a measure off you. Yeah, look. He's a centimetre over the minimum. And oh, he's only just, he might be a little bit bigger actually. He's about 11 and a half. Bloody nice crayfish, eh? If it is the same one, if I didn't put it back the other day, well, I wouldn't be catching it again now, would I? I wonder if it's this. Are you the same cray that I caught the other day? See you later, mate. That is awesome. Well, folks, it's getting quite dark, as you can no doubt tell by the image quality. Have not had a single bite on those rods apart from those couple of crayfish earlier today. One of the reasons that I decided to come back to this spot was because I did have a nice bite on the cheese here the other day, and I was sort of hoping that I might have another opportunity to hook a fish on dark tonight, but it wasn't to be. So anyway, I'm going to pull these in now, put them in the car, then check the cray nets before it gets too dark. Right, final check of the nets. There's enough light for me to check them, but in the event that I catch a crayfish, I'll shine the torch in the net so you can see it. And that one has got nothing. What will the last net deliver? I'll check it right now. What an anticlimax. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Oh dear. Now folks, I've had a blast. I thought I'd catch more crayfish there than I had 2 nets here, and I was hoping to catch a fish. Instead I caught less crayfish with more nets and never had a bite on the rods. But one thing I did have was a lot of fun. It's another crayfishing and fishing adventure. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, want to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.